appended to something. Okay, so now the important part. What we need to do is we need to split up the keywords that have been sent to this function. So for example, if the keyword was Flash Pro, now we've got one space in here, so what we need to do is split this into an array, so we have just one element is Flash and one element is Pro. So if you haven't looked at arrays already, I suggest you go back and look at them before you start to understand what we're doing here. And we're going to be using a function called preg split. So we're going to be using regular expressions to split these keywords. And the reason we're going to be using regular expressions rather than explode, as you may have seen in the past, explode takes a value and a string, and it will split this string into an array. So for example, a space there would indicate that for something like Flash Pro, we take away this, we add this to the first element of the array and add that to the second, and then so on if you were to have other keywords along the way. However, what explode does not do is take into account that the user may have typed 3 spaces in the middle. Now I know we used our trim function earlier on. Let's find it up here. However, trim only removes white space from the left and right hand side. So if the user was to type, so you've got 3 spaces here, 3 spaces here, but 3 spaces here, we're actually going to get a separate element of our array, which is going to be a space, because we're separating by 1 space and 1 space here. However, we've got a space left in the middle. So we're going to end up searching the database for empty string, which is not what we want to do. So let's get rid of that example, and let's get rid of explode more importantly, and we'll go on to using this preg split. So I'm going to create a new variable called keywords. So I'm redefining this variable that we've passed, and I'm saying that is equal to preg split, okay, or preg split depending on how you want to pronounce it. It takes again 2 variables. The first one is the expression or the regular expression that you want to split by, and then the second is the string. So the string in this case would be keywords. Okay, so inside here we need to define this. Now this might confuse you a bit, but I'll try and explain as best as possible. We start with a / and we end with a /. So everything inside here is going to be validated. We then need brackets, so everything in here is going to be taken into account. So we're going to do \s, and this essentially represents a space. Now this is fine as it is, however this is doing exactly the same as explode, and then a space there, and then keywords. So at the moment this essentially matches this, but what we need to do, and what we can't do with explode, is add a plus on here, and what that plus does is allows us to split by an unlimited amount of spaces. Okay, so what this has now done is it's taken an unlimited amount of spaces between each of these keywords and it's split it into an array. So let's go ahead and say print r keywords, and we need some way of calling this function before we talk about putting it into here. So for now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say search results keywords, so you can see how we're passing that variable into our search results function. Okay, let's go ahead and preview this and see what we get up. So if I was to type flash, click search, you can see that we have this is the result of the PR statement, if you like, or whatever it is in PHP, and we've got a array with key 0 which is equal to flash. Now if we type Flash Pro, you can see that we've got an array with a key 0 which is flash and 1 which is pro. So we're separating out these keywords now just by typing them into a box. Now earlier if I mentioned if we do load of spaces and then pro, when we click that we still get this result back. However, let's go back and change this to let's just get rid of that temporarily and say explode keywords, and let's put a space in there, and now see what this returns when we put a load of spaces in the middle. So Flash Pro, this has exactly the same effect. I've just literally changed this round to explode and it's done exactly the same thing. However, when we do flash, load of spaces, and pro, click search, look how many empty spaces we have added into this array. So that's a really useful to learn this preg split in terms of if you want to split by a space. Explode is useful for other things if you have a different structure to the string that you're inputting. If you know that you're not going to have a user typing in a large amount of spaces, that's fine. However, that hopefully should have demonstrated the difference between explode and split in this case. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to work out how many keywords we have. So how can we work out from keywords how many keywords we have? So I'm going to create a new variable called total keywords, and that's going to equal something. Now we can use a function called count, which takes into which essentially returns the count of how many elements in the array there are. So we just essentially say count keywords. Remember, this is now an array because preg split has returned an array back to this variable, and now we're saying total keywords equals count keywords. So let's go ahead and echo out total keywords and see how this works. So let's type in flash, we'll return with 1. Type in flash pro, we'll return with 2. Type in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and we'll return with 7. So essentially we're splitting and we're returning how many keywords there are. So you might not know why we're going to use this, just about now. You might be thinking, why do you need to know the amount of keywords? But we're going to use it a bit later on when we loop through each keyword and append it to our where string up here, which is then going to be the where clause in our database. Okay, so we now need to proceed with actually creating this where clause here. Because remember, when you have a SQL query, you might say something like select field from table where, and then something equals, and then an actual value. So the values with these apostrophes here are fields in our database, but then these single quotation marks are values. So we need to construct a query, but what we're actually going to be doing is this, okay? So our where query is eventually going to look something like this. So where keywords like, and then value that keyword, okay? Not keywords, because we're looping through and splitting this keyword up, and keywords like, keyword. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking into account each keyword. So if we were to type flash pro, our final query would look like this. Okay, but what we need to do is, because we know the total amount of keywords, we can say, well, we need one of these, then we need an and then we need one of these. That's 2 keywords to search for, keywords like flash and keywords like pro. Okay, so that's essentially why we count our total keywords. However, now we're going to move on to actually construct this part of our query.